Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. This glorious Saturday, January 31st, last day of January here. Hope everybody's doing well. Japan said, AB, I ain't going to be able to pull up. Got 3 car deals today. I'm already at work, but I'm going to post my UFC bets in the Discord for the homies. Japan, appreciate you, big dog. Hey, go handle those car deals, man. Knock them all out. All 3 of them, baby. Let's go. Always be closing. I love it, man. Good to see you, buddy. Zach saying good morning, everybody. Good morning, big dog. Man, let's jump into it. All right, so yesterday, how'd we end up? 2 out of 3. We'll take it. Michigan gets the win there on the road against Michigan State. The Warriors do not. That was a heck of a game last night. Pistons beat the Warriors there. And then Charlotte, -6.5. We got that. They won by 10 over Rice. Taking a look at what we saw across the sports world. Excuse me. Yesterday, Scotty said, hi, B. Hi, buddy. Good to see you, man. Michigan, 83-71 win. And if you didn't watch that game, don't let that final score fool you. It was tight, like all throughout. Heck of a basketball game, man. St. Louis, look at this. They win 102-71 over Dayton. St. Louis is just smoking everything, moving right now. Junkie said, how about the Wolverines? Got one. How about them Pistons? Got both of them. Nice work, Junkie. Excellent job, man. Excellent job. Okay, so that was college basketball. The NBA, the Lakers beat the Wizards 142-111. Magic beat the Raptors 130-120. That was a nice game there. Celtics win 112-93 over the Kings. Knicks continue to bring it over the Trailblazers, win 127-97. Pelicans beat the Grizz. Just stay away from the Grizz. Complete stay away at all costs. Look at the Suns, Matty boy. Yeah, nice work, man. Suns 126-113 win over the Cavs. Nuggets, big win in Jokic's return. The Nets beat the Jazz, and the Pistons 131-124 over the Warriors. So that's what we had. Nice day in sports. Now, some of the headlines real quick before we jump into today's game. And I didn't even hit the button. I didn't want to hear the music. Actually, I do want to hear the music. Yeah, we're going to hear it. Okay, I wanted to give the proper respects to Catherine O'Hara. We lost her yesterday. She passed away. If you remember her, actress, played in all kinds of different roles, Home Alone, Schitt's Creek, just keep going down the list. She was phenomenal, and I love this headline that the AP had. Catherine O'Hara was the best part of any scene. She was just fantastic. Absolutely loved her. You could see her obviously here from her role in Home Alone. I know, 71, Liddy said way too young. Agreed, man. Catherine O'Hara, she was great. Just great. So I wanted to pay respects to her. Absolutely. All right, number 2. All right, who's got some money? All right, the Seattle Seahawks, let me pull this full screen, will go up for sale after Super Bowl 60. Seahawks league and ownership sources familiar with the arrangement told ESPN, ending years of questions about when the team would seek new ownership following the 2018 death of former owner Paul G. Allen. Sports teams' valuations have been soaring in recent years. Sportico values the Seahawks at $6.59 billion, the 14th highest in the NFL according to its rankings. The most recent NFL team to sell is the Washington Commanders, which a group led by Josh Harris purchased in 2023 for a record $6.05 billion. The NBA's Los Angeles Lakers sold a majority stake in the team at a $10 billion valuation in June. One team executive told ESPN that the Seahawks could fetch $7 to $8 billion. So, yeah, what a sale that's going to be. Obby said they're using the Celtics method, right? Hey, let me tell you this. In any sales, you sell when it's high, baby. So here's the interesting part. That one team executive told ESPN that the Seahawks could fetch $7 billion to $8 billion. That's a large gap there, Hoss. That's $1 billion. But no, that's going to be fascinating to see. So here's the other thing too. If you ever wondered like what a Super Bowl win would mean, let's find out if they win. Now, doesn't mean that the Patriots can't win. We're not saying that at all. But Fascinating to see an NFL team going up for sale. The greatest investment that you can ever make. Ever. Yeah. Somebody said, hey, guess we need to stack some winners to build up our offer. I know, right? I know. So credit to them. Absolute brilliant business move. Getting it all figured out right here. All right. And then finally, yeah, we saw it. Nuggets. Nikola Jokic came back from a 16-game absence. Nets 31 last night. Jokic returned to the lineup Friday night after being sidelined since December 29th because of a bone bruise at his hyperextended left knee. Had 31 points and 12 rebounds in a 122-109 win over the visiting Los Angeles Clippers. Jokic, who had been listed as questionable, excuse me, going into the game, went 8 of 11 from the floor, including 2 of 3 from 3, 13 of 17 from the line, while also adding 5 assists. I was not scared to use the knee, Jokic said. I was not thinking about it while I was running and while I was playing. I think that's a good sign I'm ready. There you go. So if you wondered when and how Jokic is going to return, he did last night. And your man went for a what? What is that? Double-double? Yeah. He's a couple assists away from a triple-double. So, yeah, Jokic is back. If anybody had any questions, he's back. DJ, AB, hope you're doing well. Hey, man, appreciate you, dude. Doing great, man. Can't complain at all. Hope you're doing great as well. No Chill. Smash that like. Absolutely. And make sure to like, subscribe, follow to No Chill Sports Media for sure. All right. Shout out again to Catherine O'Hara, the mom from Home Alone. She was awesome. Let's get these picks. Spell Dog, good morning, buddy. Good morning, AB and crew. Good to see you, man. Bibbo, good morning. Scotty said McDonald's, man. I'm starving. I'm not going to lie. I want some breakfast right after this show. All right. We have a massive day in college basketball today. If you woke up saying, AB, look, man, these Thursday, Monday days where there's not a lot of games, getting frustrated. Well, today is your day. We've got basketball all over the place. All right. So, okay. The first pick here. Okay. Here's the dilemma I ran into. I want to play both of these teams separately, but the spreads scare me, and we'll go through all that. I'm going to parlay them today. I don't know if that's the right move or not. I don't know. All right. Essentially, the question is this. Do you want to play spreads and singular or no spreads, but you got to win two? I'm going to go no spread. I got to win two. Give me Arkansas money line. Give me Kansas money line. Again, we're going to walk through all these games. Don't worry. Texas Tech on the road. UCF. I'm feeling it with the boys. All right. Let's go. 4.5. Texas -1.5 against Oklahoma. That game's got some injuries. Pay attention there. Auburn, Tennessee. Under 148.5. We're going to talk about this game because I don't know what's about to go down, but I do know that Stephen Pearl is the head coach of Auburn who played at Tennessee, and there's a lot of love for Stephen Pearl. No doubt about it, man. So, yeah, man, sorry, I was trying to find a comment in the chat. I'll find it in a minute. Yeah, I think we're going to get old school defense in this one. Tennessee back at home. Rick Barnes looking to keep this good train going. Auburn playing good. Stephen Pearl is going to go back to his, dude, full court press days. I'm feeling it. Kirk said Stephon Castle over 6.5 assists. The Spurs -125. Beautiful, man. Kara, good morning, AB and crew. Try to stay warm. Absolutely. And good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Cyclone, AB, we got some synergy. I'm on Texas Tech money line. I think they keep it rolling. And Kansas money line, you had me at Fog. But, yeah, for +121. There we go. Agreed. And I think we're going to have to make some moves on that. Now, in AB3, let me pull this full screen. Can we interest anyone in this? Gonzaga money line against St. Mary's. UConn money line against Creighton, which is dangerous. And Texas Tech money line against UCF. put those three together plus 126. And again, I understand needing three teams to win and only getting plus 126, not the greatest for it, right? However, we got a tough day today, baby. Liddy, clear skies, 82, sunny, no wind. Just reporting. Los Angeles looking good. Aubie, can't wait for the game tonight. Should be a great game. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I agree. Lambo, SEC Network has a great show on UT basketball when they hired Bruce Pearl. Turned the program around. Yes, he did. Got a lot of love for Bruce Pearl, Stephen Pearl, Jackie Pearl, his sister. That's a great family, man. Those are great people. Yeah, Wenzel, what's up, man? Yeah, let's go. All right, so, okay. That is the AB3. Now, let's jump into college basketball. David, why is Texas Tech laying such a short number? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. All right, Duke, Virginia Tech. Now, here's the deal. You have some large spreads. Brian, good morning, buddy. Go blue. There we go. Hail to the victor. I love it. Scotty, drop a unit on the AB3. Let's go. Freddie Bear. What's up, AB and DTL family? What's up, Freddie Bear? So good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well, man. Ice. Bianca Belair to win the Royal Rumbles today, right? Who y'all got? All right, Duke, Virginia Tech. So, Duke, 11.5-point favorites. Again, you're playing a risky game here with these spreads. Be careful, but Duke's rolling, man. But Virginia Tech is risky, though. Is anybody taking Virginia Tech? Probably not. I mean, it's hard to just straight up fade Duke. But, I mean, 11.5. Melanie Sue, good morning. Good morning, Melanie. How are you? Tina, happy Saturday, Tina. Happy Saturday indeed. How are you? Hope y'all having a great day so far. All right, so yeah, I mean Duke, Duke is Duke. Duke is Duke. Man, you start getting the double digits, it scares me because it's so easy, excuse me, to win by 9. You know, not easy, but you get what I'm saying in the point of it. Kirk going Wimby blocks. 3 blocks plus 110. There we go. All right, Cincinnati and Houston. Okay. Houston got themselves back on track. Lost Texas Tech. That's all right. Texas Tech, good basketball team. Came back. Came strong. Now we got Cincinnati at home. 14.5-point favorite. Again, a large spread. I don't hate it, but man, I don't know. Total 135.5. Yeah, Lambeau said, I think since he stinks, Houston going to roll. I agree with that. Like, Houston's going to be Houston today. Do we? You know, this is another thing where we might not try to overthink it. Might be either let's roll with the spread or maybe Houston team total. Excuse me. Brian, I stunk yesterday. Time to get back today. Time to get back, baby. Let's go. You got it. I'm all over your picks today, Brian. You drop them in, baby. If there's anybody I trust, it's you. Aubie, AB, could you imagine all of us in one room watching a game? It would be bananas. Dude, let me say, it would be fantastic. I would love it. I would love it. Look, everybody can come over to my house. All right, we'll fill it up as many people as we can. Let's go. All right. Texas Tech and UCF. So we're on Texas Tech minus 4.5. We also have money line in the parlay. I don't want people to be, stuck like, hey, I got 7 different plays on Texas Tech. Like, I'm not feeling it as some kind of guarantee, but I do like Texas Tech. Now, the question was asked, why is it so let me find the comment real quick. Yeah, why is the spread so low? And then Lambeau answered, Texas Tech hasn't played since Houston win last Saturday. The layoff is the only reason I can come up with. Yep. Yep, layoff on the road. And UCF, not bad. 16-4, 5-3 in the conference, right? Like, yeah. Wenzel, St. Mary's has been a problem for the Zags as of late. They're also getting a lot of points, 9.5. When I saw it last night, I don't know, my boy. Hey, that's why I took Gonzaga money line. I didn't play him on a spread. I feel you, Wenzel. That's a smart look, bro. Melanie said yes on Big Old Family Meetup. I agree with that 100%. Liddy, I'm coming with my toolbox. Yeah, bring it. Trust me. You don't want me putting this thing up on the wall. Now, I'll give you my best effort, but man, it's hit or miss on that one. I might hit a triple. That thing might be hanging off by the time we get back home. It's laying on the floor. All right, applesauce brain, my bad. Pittsburgh and Clemson. All right, so we're on Texas Tech. Pittsburgh, Clemson. Look, Clemson, 11.5-point favorite. Total 135.5. Clemson will put it on you. That said, though, yeah, Aubie, I'm kind of with like, I think I'm with you on this. I think I do lean to the under. Yeah, you know what? The under might be the play. Rich, meet up in Vegas, Final Four weekend. I'm in, 100% in. Virginia and Boston College. All right, so again, man, another large spread. Boston College is slaw. They're not good. Virginia is excellent, but 12.5. And then again, Arizona. All right, knock on wood. Arizona's 21-0. And I think that they want to keep that going. Like, I think that they're not afraid of that. Ice detail meetup in Topeka. Let's go. We need to go to Topeka. All right, we need to go to Omaha. We need to go to LaPorte City. We need to go to Cedar Falls. I'm in for all of it. All right, Arizona State. Again, 14.5-point favorites, man. I mean, Arizona is absolutely smoking people. Now, we bet them earlier this week. We've bet them a lot. Arizona is they're excellent in every category, man. But it's a rivalry game. That could go either way, though. 14.5. It's a big number. North Carolina, Georgia Tech. God, another large spread. North Carolina, 10.5-point favorites. Total 157.5. SMU and Louisville. Louisville, 9.5-point favorite. That's at the Yum Center there. Yeah, that is an early game. Aubie, that's an early game for Arizona. Yeah, it is. Lambeau, I played under 157.5 in North Carolina, Georgia Tech. I've been absolutely dead wrong on totals. Everybody should take the over. I feel you on that. Yeah. All right. So SMU Louisville again, man, 9.5-point favorite. Okay. Northern Illinois and Miami. What are we doing here? Look at Miami. 21-0. 9-0 in the MAC. I'm not saying it to jinx the boys. Knock on wood. We just bet Miami, Ohio earlier this week, and it paid off. Now, 17.5, that's a big number. But you got a total of 156.5, so you're going to see some points. Okay. Yeah, Junkie said Miami, let's go. Yeah. All right, look at this one. All right, so we're on Kansas here. Big game. All right, Fog Allen, dude. Let's go. 13th ranked BYU at 14th ranked Kansas. Kansas, a 4.5-point favorite. It finally feels like Kansas finally gets to go up full strength against folks, you know? They've had injuries on the court. Bill Self, poor guy, he's going through it health-wise. Kansas, man, they've been up and down, but their locker room has stayed. Like they've gone through all of that and they're playing together. That's a great sign. So I like the way Kansas is playing. Now, BYU is our fun squad, right? Like I don't want to fade them. And let me say, BYU plus 4.5 could. It could be the play, but yeah, Kansas at home. Yeah, Junkie, they do. Look at the total, 158.5. We're going to get some points in this game for sure. Yeah, so that's going to be a big one. Ole Miss and Vanderbilt. Nashville's going to be popping tonight. Man, I might try to swing over to this one. Ole Miss in town. Vandy, 18th. Look at the Vandy boys. 18th ranked in the country. Vanderbilt, 11.5 point favorite. Total of 149.5. Vanderbilt just whooped the slaw out of Kentucky. Junkie, man, need to do a trip down to Nashville. Come on, let's go. We'll go to the Vandy game tonight. Yeah, look, Ole Miss is sneaky. Like, I think Vanderbilt's going to do work tonight. Great spot. It's freezing in Nashville, though. Not that that matters to anything. This play, like, Memorial will be rocking tonight, 100%. Aubie said, give me a Vandy, Arkansas parlay. I like that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know about 11.5 points. Again, another double-digit spread. Kentucky and Arkansas. Junkie, how's the weather? We were sneaking around to golf. So it's freezing in Nashville right now. The wind chill is like 10, which is crazy for us, right? However, give it like 6 days. It'll be 68. So, yeah, bring the clubs. Bring the sticks, dude. We'll go play. There's a lot of good golf courses around here. A lot of them. A lot of open land, trees. Like, it's nice, man. Or tree line. Do you get what I'm saying? That didn't make sense. Jeff, yeah, here's your Middle Tennessee right here. AB, my son's band is playing Category 10 tonight. Late show. Nice. All right. Let's start that. AB, my daughter's boyfriend is a starting catcher for the Northwestern Wildcats this year. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go indeed. Hey, we're all behind Northwestern now. I love it. That's awesome, man. That's cool. All right, so Arkansas, 6.5 point favorites, total of 161.5. Now, here we go. John Calipari, the head coach of Arkansas, used to coach at Kentucky. You might remember. And if I know anything about John Calipari, and I don't know him, but if I think that I know anything about him, I think Coach Cal might be putting it on Kentucky today. Now, Kentucky coming off a 30-point loss to Vanderbilt just a few days ago. Liddy. I need him to sign $1 billion contract, AB. Hey, I'll tell you what. We're gonna do his MLB recruiting on this show every day. We're gonna get teams. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna hype him up. I love it. Arkansas, yeah. Look, we've been betting on Arkansas all year. Now, there's also a part of this to where, I mean, it's just impossible for Arkansas to keep having a great game after great game. But this team plays tough. Tough. And I think even though, I don't think it's, I don't think there's a bunch of hostility between Cal and Kentucky. Like, there's not. But as a man, you're coming into my house? Oh, heck no. 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 No, sir. Not happening. I'm going to whoop the slaw out of you because I have to. I have to set that tone. You are not coming in here, Haas. This is going to be a great atmosphere. There'll be Kentucky fans there, I assure you. Some of them asking Cal if he wants to come back. No, just kidding. But we're on Arkansas here, 6.5. UConn and Creighton. UConn, 7.5-point favorites on the road. Total of 143.5. UConn 20-1, 10-0 in the Big East. Creighton 12-9, 6-4 in the Big East. Has some big wins. UConn is so legit, but man, you're just gonna get hit with spreads on this team, man. You know, like the books are just gonna juice you a little bit. Like, and what do I mean by that? This 7.5 probably should be 5.5. And again, I'm not saying anything negative, to UConn, certainly not to Creighton, but just be careful, especially with a road game, because UConn, you know that militaristic style that they run. They play the opponent and then they play the clock. So you could get caught up. And what am I getting at? You could get caught up in a lot of UConn 7.5-point spreads and they win by 5. Right? Like you could get caught up with that. So just be careful on the road. But again, yeah. St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Check your injury reports there. St. Mary's is okay. Look at the respect level to Gonzaga. And there's a little bit of the UConn thing too. Tez, yes. You absolutely 100% got it. Yes, sir. Finally. Love 3-6 Mafia. I love that. Tez, you nailed it. Yeah, so there's a little bit of Gonzaga. Like you're gonna books can tax you two ways, either with a juice or adding a little bit on that spread. Now again, Gonzaga come out here and lay the hammer, but St. Mary's is like it's not even a surprise. St. Mary's has been legit. Lambeau heard Dane Bradshaw on the call tonight for the UT Auburn game. Played for Bruce at UT. Good story. Oh my goodness. Dane Bradshaw was like Stephen Pearl's older brother. Like Dane Bradshaw was the do-it-all Bruce Pearl guy, 100%. Dane Bradshaw, man. Shout out to him. And Stephen Pearl, too. Any Tennessee fan will tell you, man. Stephen Pearl, not the most talented player in the world, but dude, that guy, all effort, all the time, like 100%, man. All right, let me get the picks back up here. Let's look at the NBA. Arkansas money line, Kansas money line, plus 105. And I brought up the Auburn-Tennessee game. We'll talk about that last. So, all right, Arkansas money line against Kentucky, Kansas money line against BYU, plus 105. Texas Tech minus 4.5 on the road against UCF. Texas minus 1.5 against Oklahoma. I know that we didn't talk about that game. Oklahoma, not a good basketball team. Texas, not great. Not that we're fully buying in on Texas either. And make sure to check your starting lineups there. But an attainable number here for Texas. We should be able to get there. And then Auburn, Tennessee, under 148.5. So Stephen Pearl, the head coach at Auburn, his dad was Bruce Pearl, all right, the former head coach at Auburn. Bruce Pearl used to be the head coach at Tennessee. Stephen Pearl played for Bruce Pearl at Tennessee. Now he's the head coach at Auburn. Love Stephen Pearl. We just talked about it. But I think what you're going to get out of this game is going to be a Bruce Pearl style game from both teams, okay? Because you have, number one, Auburn, who's fighting. Same thing with Auburn and Tennessee are very similar teams, right? Fighting, holding on, doing what they can to win. It's not pretty. We all knew it wasn't going to be pretty. However, the effort levels are both there. And if I know anything about these two coaches, all right, they're going to run a little clock today. Stephen Pearl and Auburn will, Rick Barnes and Tennessee will. Because they both know if they go out and they start shooting and hitting, awesome. But if they go out and start shooting and not hitting, and the other team's playing transition ball all game long, and what do I mean by transition ball? When you're a guard, right? Or not just a guard, but, team puts up a shot, miss, you grab the rebound, kick it down the court, right? And you're moving in transition. Now, they don't have numbers on defense. That's how you get a 3-on-1, a 3-on-2, a 2-on-1, a 1-on-1. So I think that's the big concern, that both teams don't want to give that up. Now, Tennessee's going to shoot threes. Tennessee's going to shoot, and Auburn is too. So, again, both of these teams could go for 190 tonight. I'm going to bank on they're going to play a little defense there in the first half. Well, they're going to do it all game, but yeah. All right, so we're going to take that under 148.5. All right. Now, AB3 parlay, if you want to get in on this, Gonzaga money line, UConn money line, Texas Tech money line. Put those three together, plus 126. All right. Did we get through? Yeah, we got through all college basketball. All right. NBA today, not a lot of games, but we have some decent ones here. All right, Spurs and the Hornets. Spurs, 4.5-point favorites on the road here. Hornets coming off of a 2-point win the other night. Hornets, I think we had the stat in the chat that throughout January, I think they've had the best point differential in the NBA. Hornets playing good ball. Spurs playing good ball too. 32-15, 15-9 on the road. Hornets 9-13 at home. Spurs again 4.5-point favorites. Kirk, Wemby blocks, and Stephon Castle over 6.5 assists. Appreciate you on that one, man. Z-Money, Hornets have won the same amount of games in the last 15 as the Thunder. Look at that. That's a stat right there. Yeah, exactly. When the Hornets are healthy, man, absolute fire, man. No doubt. Hawks and the Pacers. Hawks 1.5-point favorites on the road. Nothing from me here. Dyson Daniels, anybody getting down? Ice. Brandon Miller over 19.5 points. There we go. Pelicans and the 76ers. Sixers 10.5-point favorites. Pelicans, I feel like they're constantly on a back-to-back, man. And we trusted them against Memphis because we just cannot trust Memphis at all. Hey, Tay said, I'm not late. I made it. Hey, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I think the 76ers are going to roll, but 10.5. We're back to that question in college basketball. Bulls in the Heat. Okay, here we go. Playing 19 times in a row. All right, we're in Miami now. Can we just play the Bulls in the Heat 82 times? And it'll be 41-41. Heat 4.5-point favorites, total of 234.5. The Bulls are 23-25. The Heat are 26-23. Bulls 8-14 on the road. Matty Ice, Bulls and the Heat should go start their own league at this point. They really should. I know. Lambo, do the Bulls and Heat each play each other 2 times a week? It feels like it. I know. It does. I know. And they look the same, like their uniforms, everything. It's hilarious. All right, Timberwolves and the Grizzlies. Now, this would be one heck of a fight in Yellowstone. Timberwolves, known pack hunters, alphas, reintroduced and causing terror out there. You don't want to mess with wolves, man. Wolves will approach your group of animals and they just run at you and they cause chaos and force you to start running. And then they just pick off the slowest one. Look out for wolves. There's your quote. But against a grizzly bear, no. Grizzly bear would be throwing wolves and eating them alive. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to play out on the court today. That said, though, Memphis has been losing and losing and losing and losing. They're going to have a good game out of nowhere. I don't know when that's going to be, but they're going to have one because it's just sports. You know what I mean? Kirk, AB, Tyler Hero, Norman Powell both out already tonight for the Heat. Thank you, my friend. Yeah. So, look, we've been saying the same thing about the Grizzlies for 2 weeks now. You cannot trust them. If you're going to go props, yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. over 1.5 threes made, minus 124. There you go. Yeah. It's a risky game. Mavericks and the Rockets. Nice little Texas in-state battle here. Rockets 10.5 point favorites. Total of 223.5. Nothing for me here. I want to play the Rockets, but these large spreads, man. That's the problem. We got to get these spreads down a little bit. The 10.5 should be 8.5, you know? Bibbo, wolves are one of the very few animals that won't have sex with a sibling, and they take care of the elderly in the pack. They do. Absolutely, they do. They take care of the wounded. They take care of the elderly. Wolves know, man. Numbers. Yep. Wenzel, Animal Planet, food, movie, sports, gambling, details like a tag sale. If you look long enough, you'll find everything you need. Let's go. That's the best way to put it. All right, so nothing for me. Wenzel, you're awesome, man. All right, so yeah, there we go. All right, let me get the picks back up here, and we'll jump out of here. I know it's Saturday. Everybody's got stuff they need to do. All right, let's go. Okay, Arkansas, money line. Kansas, money line, plus 105. Texas Tech, minus 4.5, minus 115. Texas, minus 1.5, minus 115. And Auburn, Tennessee, under 148.5, minus 115. Also, if you want to get down a little 3-leg parlay, not much. I get it. It's not paying off any mortgages today, but hey, we get a little target money. You know what I mean? Gonzaga money line, UConn money line, Texas Tech money line, plus 126. Bibbo, AV, give me 2 games you think will be close, under a 5-point win either way. College basketball? In college? Okay. I could do that. AB, give me 2 games you think will be close, under a 5-point win either way. Okay. Duke, no. Houston, no. Texas Tech, yes. Clemson, no. Ooh. No. Nope. BYU, Kansas. Kentucky and Arkansas could be. Ole Miss, Vanderbilt could be. UConn, Creighton very much could be. St. Mary's, Gonzaga could be. All right, so if you ask me, all right, Bibbo, AB, give me 2 games you think will be close, under a 5-point win either way. I would go BYU and Kansas and Texas Tech and UCF. Favorite on the road, probably going to be pretty tight. Yeah, Texas Tech, UCF, BYU, Kansas. That's where I'm going to go. What do you think? Okay. Perfect. All right. We'll get out of here. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. We'll be live tomorrow, normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's catch these tickets, and we will see you in the morning. Peace. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.